Topic: Painting. History and nature of painting. History of painting reaches back in time to artifacts from prehistoric humans and spans all cultures. It represents a continuous, though periodically disrupted, tradition from antiquity. Painting is the practice of applying paint, pigment, color, or other medium to a solid surface.
History painting is a genre in painting defined by its subject matter rather than artistic style. History painting usually depict a moment in a narrative story, rather than a specific and static as in a portrait.
Landscape painting, also known as landscape art, is the depiction of landscapes in art, natural scenery such as mountains, valleys, trees, rivers, and forests, especially where the main subject is a wide view with its elements arranged into a coherent composition.
Religious painting or sacred painting is artistic imagery using religious inspiration and motifs and is often intended to uplift the mind to the spiritual.
Portrait painting is a genre in painting where the intent is to represent a specific human subject. The term portrait painting can also describe the actual painted portrait.
Genre painting, a form of genre art, depicts aspects of everyday life by portraying ordinary people engaged in common activities.
Leonardo da Vinci worked on his masterpiece over a period of 20 years. He carried it with him everywhere. The enigmatic smile has captured the imagination of the world.
Edvard Munch was a Norwegian painter. His best-known work, The Scream, has become one of the most iconic images of the world art. Michelangelo took 4 years to paint the Sistine Chapel. He chose scenes from the Old Testament. This is the moment of God creating Adam.
Color is at the heart of every painting. It is arguably the most important element because it sets the tone for how viewers feel about the work. It can, for instance, be warm and inviting or cold and stark. Either way, color can set the mood for a piece. Tone and value are used interchangeably in painting. It is essentially how light or dark a paint is when you strip away the color. Understanding how to use it can greatly affect the way your art is perceived.
Line. Line is defined as narrow mark made by a brush or a line created where two objects or elements meet. It defines the subject of painting and helps us imply things such as movements. Shape. Shape is an enclosed area that's made when lines meet. When that shape takes on third dimension, as its sculpture or some mixed media, we then also have form.
Space or volume is another crucial element in any art, and it can be used to a great effect in the painting. When talking about space in art, we think of the balance, positive and negative space.
Composition is the arrangement of the painting where you place a subject how the background elements support it, and every little piece that you add to the canvas became part of the composition. It is critical to how the work is perceived.
Balance is the sense of stability achieved through implied weight of an object. There are three different types of balance. Symmetrical balance, when one image is mirrored on the other side to repeat itself. Asymmetrical balance, when different types of element create a visual balance.
Radial balance, the distribution of elements around a central point in all directions. Proportion, the ratio of one art element to another. It's important to keep in mind the relationship between different elements of the composition, so that the scale of your artwork always makes visual sense. Emphasis, when one element of an artwork stands out more than another. This creates a sense of importance, and it's intentionally used to communicate a message or feelings. Emphasis creates variety in your artwork.
Variety is the counterweight to harmony and creates visual interest by slightly changing or using different elements together in a composition. It can be created with contrast, change, elaboration, or diversifying elements. Movement is a tendency or style in art with a specific common philosophy or goal, followed by a group of artists during a specific period of time, or at least with the heyday of the movement defined within a number of years.
Rhythm in art refers to the arrangement of shapes in a way which create the underlying beat. It is similar to the rhythm of music, but instead of notes and sound, we use color and shapes. The best way to learn about rhythm in art is to see it in action.
Harmony. Harmony in art overall is achieved when the elements of an artwork come together in a unified way. Certain elements can be repeated yet they still look and feel like they are lending themselves to a whole. Medium. A medium refers to materials that are used to create a work of art. The plural of medium is media. Some of the most common media are oil paints, paints that use oil to hold pigments together, tempera, pigments held together with egg yolk, marble, soft white stone, and bronze, a metal used to cast sculpture.